This story was sent to me by Coca 2005 and is coming from the age.com.au, where you have this woman. And you're looking at a picture of it's a blurred image, and I don't know why they blurred it out. But this woman is of age, and they should have kept her image not blurred so we know who she is. But they kept her image blurred, and we don't even know her name. The only thing we know about her is that she's 25 years old and she's a perv. And I doubt Me Too is going to jump anywhere on this story. So this woman, who is nameless and at the time faceless, she has a history of having sex with underage boys. But get this, she instantly went into victim mode and said that she had sex with these boys under duress. So basically, she's saying, I don't know if she's trying to say that the boys found a way to trick her into having sex with them or what, but she's trying to take herself out of being a rapist, because let's be real here, it's statutory rape, and throwing herself into being a victim as if the roles were reversed. I'm gonna go ahead and read this story. This is a female staff member, who they have not named, who slept with 5 male students while she was working at a prestigious NSW school, claimed she was blackmailed into having sex with them. The 25-year-old, who worked at the Armadale School in the state's north, told the NSW District Court the students had threatened to report her to the school if she didn't continue sleeping with them. At the time, I was going along with what I thought was going to keep them happy, the woman said before acting Judge Christopher Armitage said on Friday. I was treated like dirt. In a series of claims that were challenged, she alleged that she had been raped by one of the teenagers in her room on 2 separate occasions, although no one has been charged to those allegations. At one stage, she texted a friend about the alleged duress she was experiencing from one student. He says if I don't let him into my room, he'll tell everyone about me. The woman, previously a budding teacher, pled guilty in April to 6 counts of sexual intercourse with a person under her care and 3 counts of aggravated sexual assault. The behavior occurred over several months between 2014 and 2015 with students between 15 and 17 years old. Now, going on that alone should let you know that this woman is a serial rapist, but they're not going to call her. I bet you I'm going to read this entire article, and rapist is not going to come up even once in this article, even though that's what she is. The woman was suspended in September 2015 after the activity was mandatorily reported. I would like to say I'm remorseful of my actions, and I apologize to those who were involved, the woman said under examination by her barrister Greg Heathcote. The situation got out of hand, and I didn't deal with it in a way that I should have. I was the adult in this situation. At the time, I felt very trapped and isolated. The woman exchanged thousands of text messages with the teenagers about their liaisons during the time. Messages between the students were read out in court, including one boy saying to another, "You rootin' that fat slut again? You rootin' that fat slut tonight?" Another message from one male student to the staff member said that he and his friend wanted to put her on the spit. The court heard the woman sent messages to some of the boys telling them of her concerns that she could lose her job and go to jail. Judge Armitage heard that in April 2015, in response to one of the messages, one student texted, "Ha ha slut. I'm saying I got raped." The student also texted, "Yeah, fuck the cunt. We'll all say it," replied the other. But Crown Prosecutor Max Pincott put to the woman that she was lying about having sex with the students under duress. You have made up the story of bullying, blackmail, and extortion by these boys simply to prevent you from being embarrassed in front of your family. The woman, who broke down several times during her evidence, denied this. Mr. Pincott read out one text message the woman had sent to a pupil saying, "That was crazy. I'm not like that. I don't know what came over me. My sex drive." He said the text message suggested it was her idea to have sex with the student, to which the woman replied that's how it could have been seen. In another text message exchanged in February 2015, one of the students wrote, "I promise I won't say anything. All the boys think you're nice as fuck." The woman replied, "Oh great, thank you. I shouldn't put this on you. It's a bit hectic." Mr. Pincott questioned why the woman sent another message to a boy saying, "I can't wait to cuddle you tonight. I was just trying to keep the situation at bay, under control," she replied. Mr. Pincott also raised text exchanges in which the woman had refused sex without consequence. "Despite what you say about the threats from these boys, you were strong enough to resist the threats. which you were expressed from a particular student, weren't you?" he said, to which the woman agreed. The woman said at that one stage, a student had sex with her in her room without her consent. After I moved away from him and he had his arm around me and proceeded to kiss me. She then said that she had brought the same boy back to her room on another occasion. It was to discuss what he'd been saying, but yes, he came to my room. He, according to your evidence, raped you a second time, Mr. Pincott said, which the woman said was correct. Mr. Pincott said the woman hadn't gone to the school, teachers, or her friends over the alleged assault. "No, but I should have," she replied. Mr. Pincott asked why the woman apologized to that student, among others. "I would have just said no and asked for him to leave," she said. The woman admitted to exchanging Facebook messages with another student who suggested the pair partake in somersaults, referring to sex. "My relationship with the student was a very different situation than the other boys," she said under a cross-examination, adding that she had the particular student were very familiar with each other. "It doesn't make it right, it doesn't make it okay," she said. "You did have choices all along, didn't you?" Mr. Pincott said. "Choices I didn't take," she replied. Judge Armitage lifted suppression orders prohibiting the name, location, and type of school, but kept the order surrounding the identity of the staff member in place. Parents of the boys involved had written to the court urging for the school to be named, claiming educators need to be held accountable for their failure to properly care for the teenagers. In a letter to the school community on Friday, Headmaster Murray Guest said the school had worked hard to support all parties involved and conducted rigorous checks on prospective employees. "I sincerely regret that these measures were not enough to prevent criminal conduct in this instance and that brought to our attention sooner," he said. Judge Armitage said it would be difficult to exercise in sentencing the woman. There are emotional factors pulling in both directions. The woman is due to be sentenced on Monday. And after reading all of this, they still will not release her name, where she worked, or her image. But like I said, her image lies behind these image right here, when this would be her right here, but they blurred it out. See, they even protected her identity even after doing all of this. So the woman is just one big blatant raping liar. And I highly doubt that Me Too and Time's Up is going to jump onto this story. She's no different than Mary Kay Letourneau and them other teachers that like to go around screwing their students. But the fact of the matter is, she tried to say it was under duress and that she was being blackmailed into doing this. And she did the typical thing that a lot of these women out here who claim that someone raped them or something a long time ago does. And that's not saying anything. That cross-examination, the person who did it, did a good job at grilling her. Because he asked her one good question. He basically saying, well, if this person so-called raped you, then why did you allow them to come back to your class another time over and over again? That person didn't rape her or take advantage of her like she claimed. She only did it because, like they said, she didn't want to be embarrassed in front of her family and in front of the world. She wanted sympathy. Well, nobody believes her. She probably doesn't even believe herself. And she was probably hoping that this story would have legs and continue to keep growing, but I highly doubt it. But even while all of that is happening, she's still able to have her identity sealed. We just know her age and what type of school she works at. They didn't even say what the school was. They just said what the type of school she works at. Y'all let me know what you think down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. The links to the shirts will be down below. I'll talk to you in the next one.